Hello, I'm William Jamar Wright,
And I'm Hattie.
and this is our podcast, HattieJo. What are we doing? What are we doing? How are you doing?
We're celebrating our 2-year anniversary this
Yes.
Well, end of last month.
Yeah.
But we celebrated it this
2
month.
years been together as
As
married.
yeah.
Yep, as a married couple.
Husband and wife.
Yes. So, 2 years. Still
Good
going
job.
strong. So I thought we would start off this podcast and kind of, or not start it off, but continue it going, just talking about what is like one or two highlights you have from the year of us being married.
Oh, man. Well, a highlight for me.
It might be the first time in our podcast history that you took more than
Time to
yeah.
think, yeah. There's just so many highlights to choose from, baby. Well,
Okay.
truly, I feel like we made a lot of progress this past year on paying off some of our loans and things. We had many loans of various different types, and so we really made that a priority. And I'm proud of us for, if we chose that path, sticking to it and getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to say like that's the only choice that's the right choice. Different people might make different choices, but that was the choice we made and we stuck to it, and so I'm proud of that. And I'm also proud, I feel like we've had another highlight for me is, I feel like we have a good routine that encompasses acknowledgement of each other and how much we help each other in different things on a pretty regular basis. And I think the routine that we have together is a highlight for me.
Huh.
It provides a lot of security for me, and I like it a lot.
Nice. Yeah, that's interesting. Our routine is the highlight. Because you kind of don't think of routines as highlights, but that's interesting. An interesting concept
Well, and again, I think that's because our routine, a lot of things that are important to me in a relationship, I feel like our routine encompasses.
Nice.
So yeah, what are some highlights? I guarantee you were thinking more along the lines of trips or fun thing we did or
Yeah.
milestones.
I was kind of thinking more along those lines. So it was definitely I would say I won't say roller coaster, but it was definitely some ups and downs this year. I felt like we definitely leaned on each other a lot more than the previous year, just because.
And I wouldn't say ups and downs in our relationship. Just
just
in
life.
Yeah.
And whether they were up, I'm sure at some point our relationship will have ups and downs.
Sure.
That's
part of
life
too,
yeah. So I would say that for me, just kind of a highlight is just you and my mom came to my first, or it wasn't my first game as a head coach, but you guys came to one of the first games of the season.
Yeah, it was the first home game.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was. Yeah, we've only played 4, so yeah. So having you and my mom there for my first head coaching job, coaching football, and to hear some of the stuff that my mom was saying about the players, because she's seen so much football that she can tell
She has seen a lot of football. That is for sure.
So that was definitely a highlight for me. Just coaching in general, I won since this episode our first year anniversary, I won a state championship in basketball. I became a head coach in football, so it's been just very, very. Those have been some highlights for me. Just coaching, but also just seeing you grow at work. You've gotten promotions, and you've been doing a great job at work. They're keeping you busy for a reason. It's because you're doing such good work, and I love when you hear you get all of the review, or when people that you work with like outside of the company, like they send messages to your bosses and stuff. Like I feel like those are highlights that definitely I love hearing when you come home, because like when you come home and talk about those, it seems like a source of pride for you.
And it's a nice change from coming home and hearing all the stress, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, well, good. I'm glad, baby.
So those are definitely highlights. So we definitely, so we went on a little trip to California.
Should we talk about the genesis of this trip?
Oh, sure.
So speaking of work, I was on a work trip with one of my, a colleague, I guess, and we got to talking about our significant others, and she made a comment that her husband works in student athlete development at a university, and I was like, my husband used to work in that same field, and so we kind of talked about it, and it was really crazy that it's not, it's not like being a doctor or something where there's hundreds of them.
Yeah,
it's
not
this
a
is
very
really small, select.
Yeah.
Not all. I don't even know if all colleges have like a student athlete development.
I would say if you're a Division One.
Yeah, but how many Division One?
There's a bunch of Division One schools.
No, I know, but like, okay, let's say there's 500 of them.
All 500.
No, I'm saying all 500 of them are there.
Yeah.
But how many people are in the student athlete development program? 5, 10? Like, that's still, if you do 500 times 10, that's still only 5,000 professionals in this field.
Yeah.
Doctors are at like 5 million.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, maybe not quite 5 million, but like much more than 5,000.
Yeah.
So anyway, small field, so we kind of connected over that, and she was like, oh, well, we are always looking for friends to go with us to the games. He coaches at USC. And I was like, oh, William would probably love that. So I asked you, and you're like, oh my God, they have one of the best quarterbacks. Like, I would love to go to this. And I kind of looked at the schedule, and the stars just kind of aligned with when you had a bye week from your coaching. Was also a weekend that they had a home game. And it was also a weekend that, my friend and her fiance were available to go with us, to the game. So we got to go to the game, and her fiance got us this
nice little
swag so that
I
we
love
could.
this shirt on her. It looks great. Like it might be my single favorite piece of article of clothing that you have. I don't know why. Like I just like the red and the SC. Like
he just loves it.
Yeah. Looks good on you.
Yeah, thank you, baby. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, and it was a really good time.
Yeah, we went out and went to the Santa Monica Pier. First of all, let's talk about so Caleb Williams is the quarterback at USC, and when this opportunity came, it was like a no-brainer. Yes, let's go and watch him. And then also Lincoln Riley is a great offensive mind, and they are really good. And so it was great to kind of see the atmosphere of USC, because
so many people. Oh my God, huge stadium, so many people.
Yeah,
so different from our experience.
Well, and it's also I've always known that USC was a private school, and I thought they were very similar to Duke, and they're normally time you think of a private school, you think of a small student population, but they got 20,000 students. And yeah, that's not a huge public school, but that's a lot of freaking people.
It's between 3 and 4 times the size of Duke.
Yeah. And that was really, for me, it was oh, I did not realize USC had this many people that goes here. So it was cool. We got a little tour of their facilities and kind of got to see some of their athletic department spaces. So it was.
We also got to see, it was in there, they had a little history area where there were all these artifacts behind glass, and there was one from the bowl game in which Duke played USC in the early 1900s. I'm talking 1900 something, or maybe it was 1901. So we're talking 100 years ago. And they had a little. Unfortunately, Duke lost that game, but
can't win them all.
That's right, can't win them all. But we've won all of our games so far this season.
Yes, we have 3-0. Let's keep it rolling next week against
go Duke.
UConn.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the real topic at hand. But it was kind of cool to see that they still had that artifact, and Duke is everywhere. So We can always find some good Duke stuff. But I was also really proud of myself because my friend and I had this discussion, and it was only like 3 weeks from the initial discussion of like, oh, would you want to go to this game? Like, is this even a real invitation to us being there? And like, look at me being spontaneous and planning something fun for us to do.
Yeah.
And so I was proud of myself for that. But it was also really nice because we flew out Friday after work.
Mhm.
It's really easy to get to Southern
LA,
California,
yeah.
LA. And then we stayed at a nice hotel, had a really nice dinner. I thought that was a really great dinner and conversation that we had.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, the game didn't start till 7:30 p.m. So we had all day Saturday to go, like you mentioned, to the Santa Monica Pier, walk around the boardwalk, see all sorts of things.
Hattie had some
Muscle Beach
we
action.
went to Muscle Beach and Hattie relived some of her glory days.
I don't know if I'd call it reliving. I might call it trying to scrape something out of pull something out of the hat. But it was really fun. And I still did some muscular things, so.
Yeah.
Still got it.
She got something. I don't know if it's all of it, but she's still got some. She's got some left in the tank.
That's right.
But it was overall a really great trip, and it was good just to relax and kind of have your feet in the sand a little bit.
Yeah, and then at our after we did all that, we went back to our hotel, and it had a nice rooftop pool and restaurant area.
Yeah.
So that was really nice to enjoy and spend time there. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too. But it was a really, all in all, a good time, a good 2-year anniversary, and I think we enjoy it. What are some things that you're looking forward to this next coming year, or have you even thought about it?
I'm just trying to make it day to day. I'm so busy at work. I am hopeful that we continue to work on growing our family, and I'm not putting any timeline on when that happens. All we can do is try, and if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, also great. Like, there's many different ways, and I'm just looking forward to that.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would definitely agree with that, and I would also add, I'm just excited to see, go back. I know I'm heading back to South Carolina next weekend. We're going back for my brother's wedding, and so I'm excited to go back and see family. I know this past summer we got to see, go back to Colorado for Grandpa Bill's 80th birthday.
We also got to go back to South Carolina for 4th of July.
Yeah, and so it was great to kind of go back and see family. I'm excited to.
And we got to spend time with my dad's side in
Colchester. in Colchester. Yeah, some more highlights.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to continue to get out and see family and spend more time with the family as we time keeps moving on.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I think I'm excited also just to kind of continue to see how this doesn't necessarily have to do with our relationship, but I'm excited to see how the programs that I work with coaching and seeing how they continue to grow, and seeing how we improve from one year to the next. So
yeah, I'm excited for those things too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great year, and we'll.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it to things that I was excited about for our relationship, but I definitely am excited to watch you grow into this role. I made it to every home game so far at your school, and even one away game that got postponed, put.
Yeah,
back
it was put at our school. Yeah,
but it counts as an away game in my heart. So, but anyhow, at this most recent one, it was really great to see a lot of your 3rd grade students showed up just to support because they had all told their parents, I want to go, see my teacher to the game, right? And so it was really great that those kids were there. They were yelling their heads off the entire game. Like the opposing team had a little cheerleading squad, and we don't have one.
Yeah.
But these third graders were the cheer squad. It was amazing. Through no input of my own. Like this is fully self-motivated. And all the kids, all the parents I met and talked to just have such amazing things to say about you. And that really warms my heart. And I know that you put a lot into teaching and coaching, and it's been crystal clear to me that people, appreciate it, but hopefully you hear some of that feedback, and it's good to have that validated from that external source as opposed to just me looking at the effort and being like, who wouldn't appreciate this?
Yeah.
Right? But to hear that many, many people do. So
Good. Well, it's always good to hear that people appreciate the hard work that you put in and kind of the efforts that you make. So it's always good to hear.
yeah.
All right. Well, 2 years down, forever to go.
That's it.
All right. Well,
That's what we're doing.
deuces.